Welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies, where we talk about the entrepreneurial mindset and how to get your message out to your customers, how to know what your customer wants, and how to make them your raving fans, as well as the knowledge and skills you need as an entrepreneur to save you time, money, and be more productive in your business. So welcome! Welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies, and I'm Dane Gardner, and I'd like to welcome you to Get Your Message Out Tuesday, where we talk about your brand, your website, you and social media, defining which social media you want to be on. As well, we'll go through some of the social media and have a look at them all. So welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about your brand again. Last week, we talked about your personal brand versus your business brand. Before you can even talk about going and doing social media or even creating your website, it's good to define exactly what your message is, who you are, what your business is, and what your mission is, and what your values are. These all will help you define your brand for your website and for your messaging out on social media and everywhere else you do messages. That'll attract your ideal client. So before we start, I guess I should tell you who I am. For those who haven't seen me, I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband for 20 years in our home-based engineering company, and I still do. And I do this part-time. The last 3 years, I've been out on the internet having a look and seeing how maybe I could help people with getting their own business started up as an entrepreneur. And I think this might help. I have Mindset Monday on Monday, where we talk about mindset of the entrepreneur. Today, we talk about your brand, your messaging. Wednesday, we talk about you and your customer, various things about your customer. Thursday, we talk about some of the skills that you need as an entrepreneur. Friday, we give you some free software that you can be more productive in your business. And I've added on Systems Saturday, which is all about the systems that you can put into your business so that you can now work less and grow your business faster than if you hadn't got those systems. And then Sunday is Strategy Sunday, where we talk about your goals for your business and how to strategize and make a business plan so you can have the lifestyle as well as the business that you want when you're an entrepreneur. So that's a big agenda, and it's full 7 weeks, and I do it on audio and video. So I'm quite pleased. It seems to be working so far. So let's get started on looking at your brand. And yesterday on the whole overview, for those who are new, is that I do a 4-week training on various topics, and we've just started out, so we're talking about you and your brand. Last week we talked about your personal brand versus a business brand, defining that and giving you an idea how different they are. Then we'll do a 4-week training on you and your website and how to do the messaging and the brand of your website in order to also reflect your message. And then we might be adding you and your social media, which one do you want to be on? As we look, we'll just add that in as a question each time we look at the various social media platforms. And even as we speak, there's more coming. There always seems to be more social media platforms either arriving or disappearing. And so at this time, we have about 15, 20, I think, that we can talk about. So we could be doing this forever. But anyway, so that's the agenda for Get Your Message Out Tuesday. And of course, you can always go and have a look at the live recording of the current episode at http://getyourmessage.com/GYMOT. Get your message out. So here we go then. Let's have a look at your brand. So as we know, we are going to be talking about your brand. And we know also that there are 3.38 billion people out on the internet, and your brand, your messaging, is going to be attracting those people who are your customers to come see you. Or for you, you go out and you connect with them on social media. So in order to do that, you have to sort of figure out first who your ideal customer is. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Last week, we talked about the difference between a personal brand and a business brand. As we all know, Oprah is her own brand. There is no one like Oprah, and all you have to do is say the word Oprah and you know who she is. Same for the Rolling Stones. There's no one else like the Rolling Stones. They have a personal brand. There may be other musicians who are better than them, but they have their own brand. And I have my brand, I guess, because I'm stepping out and being in front of my business. But in terms of being able to connect with other people, you certainly do have to come out and step up and be in front of the camera in order for people to connect with you. But of course, I don't plan to be an Oprah yet. And then a business brand, it's all about the perceived value of the brand. If you have a close look, you'll notice the red shoe on the left has a brand that everybody recognizes, even people in Asia, and it's the Nike brand. And versus having a pair of boots with no branding on them, you could maybe tell from the styling if you're into boots what kind of boots they are. But for most people, they wouldn't know what kind of boots they are because Nike has done a good has been good at branding themselves and showing that they are above everyone else in terms of perceived value by their customers. Doesn't mean they are, it's just they seem to be perceived as being unique. So then what we have to do is then look at how a brand is, whether you want to use it as be a personal brand or you want it to be a business brand. And look at how you can keep yourself top of the customer's mind versus your competitors. How can you be unique so that when your customer is thinking about, oh, I need this, where can I go find it? They'll think of you versus someone else. So, I should mention that I have a 6-day intensive on being a brand ninja. You go to https://jgtips.com/brand. And in this 6-day intensive, we talk and we work out how to identify your unique benefits of your business, how to differentiate yourself from your competitors, how to identify your core market and your sub-markets, in case you have a niche market that will be very attracted to your message. And then we have a look at naming your product or business and seeing how that will help you in your messaging. And then we'll develop your brand messaging from all the research that you've done about your unique benefits of your business, identifying your core market and who's your ideal customer. And also then you can measure your brand effectiveness by doing test launches out there, and then reassess and refine your message as you go along. So once you have your messaging, you can attract your ideal customer. When I have certain messaging that I'm having now, for example, the people who are interested in my message will come to see me, or we'll connect and have a relationship, etc. So let's have a look at how do you identify your unique benefits. I think, a brand is your promise, your commitment, and what you stand for and against in your business. It's all about your messaging. If your messaging is consistent and accepted by your customer, and it has a unique edge to differentiate yourself from your competitors, then you will be more successful as a brand. because you don't want to be like everybody else, because you can't be like everybody else because no one will find you, because they're looking for someone unique, someone who they can connect with and it can have their own messaging is relating to them as well. So there are 7 steps to business branding. First, you identify your paying market. Then you target your customer in the market. And you do research on who is your customer. So for example, in my Be Your Own Brand Ninja, what the heck is that name of it again? 6 attempts to being a brand ninja. I would also add the course that I'm doing called Defining Your Ideal Customer, and as a bonus to this offer, because you have to be able to identify your unique customer first. So anyway, so they've got 7 steps. So you identify who your customer is in your paying market, who are customers. Then you target your customer in the market by naming your business and making it easy to read and remember your brand. You can focus on the elements for your brand once you've decided what are your benefits of your business that will attract your ideal customer. After you figure out who your ideal customer is and you research where they are, etc., and how you can reach them, then you can focus on the elements for your brand that will be attractive, easy to read and remember for your target audience. Then you implement strategies to measure your brand success. So you do a test launch and figure out how successful it was, and maybe do a survey of the people who connected with it as to what they felt the brand was. And this will help you to measure the brand success. And then if it's not working as well as you thought, you can refine your strategy and narrow your brand down to a target niche, or narrow your brand messaging down to a different type of messaging. For example, when I started out, my brand was the business of at-home business. It's about how to start, run, and grow your home business. And what I have found over the last 3 years is that a lot of people aren't really interested in how to start, run, and grow a home business. In fact, they want to know how to be successful and what the strategies are so they can quickly get up and be a solopreneur and an entrepreneur and have a business. So I do still have my brand, the business of at-home business, but for now I'm going to just focus on solopreneur success strategies and how some of the success strategies you can have as a solopreneur, because I've had a look at the market and refined it a bit in order to speak the messaging that I feel will attract people who understand the message and want to connect with me and work with me. So, as mentioned on World Domination Wednesday, when you're looking at your customer, you're looking at your ideal customer. First, you identify the feature and benefits of your business, product, or service. And then you decide, well, what is the solution to the customer's problem that your benefits of your business solve? And once you figure that out, then you research your target market, which we also did on World Domination Wednesday, about your ideal customer. So once you've identified who your ideal customer is, then you go and you have a look at your core market of ideal customers and decide, is there any sub-markets that might be even more attracted by your messaging? For example, if you have the newest microwave, that is a small microwave, easy to move, easy to compact, and all it does is defrost frozen dinners. Well, rather than marketing it to homes, maybe you could market it to colleges for students, because it's nice and small and compact, and all they need is one meal to be heated up and quickly, and it doesn't take up too much space. So that would be a sub-niche marketing for your microwave. So then if you've decided what your sub-market might be, or if you have a larger market, it's usually easier to go with the sub-market with the messagings, because then you can attract people quicker because it's a smaller market. But anyway, that's for another day. Okay, then you define your unique selling proposition and what your position is versus your competitor. What is your unique edge that it makes you different from your competitors in the market? And of course, you have to define who your competitors are in order to work that out. And then once you have an idea on your uniqueness and who your market is and what maybe they're looking for, then you would look at naming your product or business. So for example, the young college student who wants the microwave, I'm not feeling very intelligent today. But let's try. Let's call the microwave, I don't know, the quick and easy heat up your frozen dinner. See, even frozen dinner these days is not relevant because they don't have Swanson's probably. Microwave. And use that branding and have pictures of college students in colors that college students like, and talk the messaging that students like, and go out and find some other company, like a skateboard company that you can market with, etc., etc. So it's a whole marketing thing for you when you decide who your target market is and what you can name your product or business as. So when you're doing your branding strategy, these are the questions you might ask. Is your brand message consistent over time? Is the brand message unique and different from your competition? Will your ideal customers accept your messaging? Or is it too, for college students, is it too old-fashioned, too rigid, too who the heck is, the personality that is the representing the microwave? If it's Richard Gere, they might not know who that is. So you have to always look at who your customer is when you're doing your branding. And is there household familiarity to the brand? So are you being consistent in your messaging and getting it out there enough on social media and through your mail or whatever else you're doing for your business, such that they're used to the name and you'll be on top of the mind next time they're looking for your product? So it's always best to have a branding goal before implementing a campaign for branding. So you decide on your vision and overview of what your branding goal will be to achieve in 1 to 3 to 5 years. So you know what to measure as you do your campaigns. So for example, if you decide you have a microwave that is a small microwave and you want to say maybe try marketing to college students and then try marketing to office environments and another niche, then you have to make goals for the year and decide what the campaign will be for each of them. And then once you've done that, you could try a pre-test. You could send the messaging out into the market and see if there's any response to the idea of the, what's it called? Quick and easy microwave, college student microwave. And then you could pre-launch the product as a test with one name, and then measure and reassess as you do your campaigns and decide whether or not people are really understanding what the brand is. You could do a survey of the potential customers or even people who have had a look at it. And then review after your launch whether you're reaching your branding goals. So are you actually getting the feedback and the connection with people for your brand that you wanted? Just have a look at Red Bull Facebook page, or who else? Gary Vaynerchuk. He's got a real brand for the older folks. For his wine class or whatever it's called, and have a look at that. So then you test. So you pre-test first, Send it out as a brand. Don't do too much work. Test again. Measure, see if it's successful. Try some free samples. Try some competition, or try a giveaway. See if people are reacting and responding to the brand and your messaging, and reassess so you can narrow your brand target as you reassess the branding recognition campaign. So you can certainly then find out that, yes, naming it the Quick and Easy Microwave, which is really quite a boring name, would not work. But anyway, let's say it worked for college students. Then you know it's the brand messaging that you should go with. And so then you should be consistent in your messaging, maintaining a constant campaign, and also, of course, consistency in your elements like your logo, your color, your branding for the product, etc., your packaging, so that people start to remember who you are. So that's basically the brand process in terms of testing your brand. Is you have to go out and test it, see whether people respond the right way or if they're responding the wrong way to your brand. And I'll just go over again my 6-day intensive to being a brand ninja. Go to http://jgtips.com/brand, where we identify the unique benefits of your business, differentiate your business from your competitors, identify your core market of customers and see if there's any sub-markets. Then we go finally and try and figure out how to name your product or business. And then we develop from there your mission, and values, which will tell you what your messaging should be for your brand, and then measure your brand effectiveness. It will go over some of the ways you can research that and reassess and refine your message. Obviously, that won't happen in 6 days, but I do have 5 weeks of email correspondence where you can get feedback from me as well to see how it's going with your messaging. So once you have your messaging, you can attract your ideal customer. So this is what it's all about, is really before you can even do social media, before you can even do your website, you really need to know what your unique benefits of your business are, and then who is your ideal customer. So I think on World Domination Wednesday, we talk a lot about the customer and defining the customer, because really that's who is going to be the person who's going to be supporting your business. So you need to know who they are. So for the 6-day early adopter offer, you can go to http://jgtips.com/brand. You can go to http://jgtips.com/JYMOT to see the video for the show. And you can contact me at jgardner@jane-gardner.com with any questions. And of course, somewhere there'll be the way to spell my name, either on my website or in the podcast or on the video you'll be seeing me. So that's basically, maybe next week we'll do an example brand. I'll get together some information about an ideal customer, and then we'll go and have a look at how you can create a logo and the colors, what the difference is between the colors, what people feel about the color blue versus the color red or the color yellow, as well as basically messaging and what kind of messaging you can have that makes it very simple for you to go and get your brand out there. Now, I do have an opt-in over on GYMOT on the current episode. There's one called Personal Brand versus Business Brand, and it's got a little bit more information about what is the difference between your personal brand and your business brand. So you can opt in there for it, and it should help you decide if you're going to have a personal brand or you're going to do a business brand. And it depends on what you're doing for your product or service. So thank you for watching. This has been 17 minutes. It's a little shorter than usual, hopefully. And I'll talk to you next week. yeah, as I mentioned, we'll probably do an example of branding for next week. And that should wrap up branding, and then we'll go on to website. So thank you very much. Well, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed and got some value out of our Solopreneur Success Strategies podcast today. And if you'd like to learn more about me, you can go over to jane-gardner.com/SSS, or please leave a review, or just come and check me out. That would be great. Come and say hi at jane-gardner.com/SSS. I also have a TV show you're welcome to listen to as well over there. Thank you.